There was one thing that I was hoping for Aaron Paul to say in Need for Speed that unfortunately he did not say, and that's the word bitch. But I wanted him to say it in a cool, fashionably way, like this: race cars, bitch! Need for Speed. So Need for Speed is a new video game adaptation that stars Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. It is based on the very popular racing game franchise Need for Speed. There's a secret that I want to tell you guys about video game movies. They aren't really that good. So Need for Speed, the film, is based on Aaron Paul's character, Toby Marshall. Aaron Paul's character, Toby Marshall, is actually a pretty good guy. You actually pretty like him. He's a really good race car driver, and he's a likable character. Aaron Paul's performance in this film is definitely one of the best aspects of this film. And Dominic Cooper is in this film. He's pretty good. He plays Dino. He's the guy who's going to have a rivalry against Toby Marshall because he did something that I will not spoil, that really hurts Toby Marshall. He has to go to jail for it. He wants to get back at Dino. And I really like Dominic Cooper in this movie. He was good in it. And that's one thing I had to say. The acting was good in this movie. So going into Need for Speed, I wasn't really expecting that much, but I was just hoping that I could have a fun time with the film. I wasn't expecting anything of a great story, but just have a fun time with the film. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I did have a fun time with Need for Speed. But the thing is, Need for Speed has the same exact problems that every other video game based movie has. Not a great story, not great character development, and sometimes a script that goes pretty ludicrous. And first off, this is one character, one of Toby Marshall's friends, Aaron Paul's friends in the movie. He has access to a bunch of helicopters, Apache airplanes, and you wonder, how the hell is he able to get access to all of this? They don't explain it in the movie, he just has it. So you're just left wondering, how, you know? And when Aaron Paul is getting out of tough situations and he rescues him with an Apache helicopter, you're just thinking, how? Where did he get all those stuff? And the movie tries to make you care for the side characters, but the film doesn't go in depth of fully developing them. The only two people who get character development is Dominic Cooper and Aaron Paul. Those two get character development, but the side characters don't really, so you don't care that much about the side characters. And the thing about Need for Speed is that when all the action scenes are happening, you can't really care for them because the story is not great, you know? When the story's really good, you have great character development, you care for the characters, you care for the story, everything's leading up to this big action scene, and when it actually finally comes in, it pays off, you're rewarded, and you're like, yeah, that was awesome. But in Need for Speed, the characters aren't really that developed, and the story isn't really that great, so then when the action scene comes in, you're entertained, and you have fun with it, you like it, but not as much as you hope you would. But one of the best things about this entire film is that all the racing scenes, all the action scenes of the cars are all practical. No CGI. It's all real. And when you watch it on screen, you're just in awe of how all the stuff they're able to pull off, practical. And I give credit, big credit to Scott Wire for doing that, because you know, nowadays there's so much CGI and car chases and it's not really believable. You can't enjoy it. But in Need for Speed, there's so many practical stuff that you enjoy it so much, and I respect the director for doing that. But even after all the complaints, I had a fun time with Need for Speed. Aaron Paul was great in this movie. The action scenes of the car chases, everything were great. So I'm going to give Need for Speed a B-. It's not a great film. The story is a bit ludicrous. The characters aren't really fully developed, but you got a fun time with it. I knew going into this film I wasn't expecting anything great, but I had a fun time with it. It's definitely much more better than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely one of the better video game movie adaptations, and also too, it's not like Fast and the Furious. It's different from Fast and the Furious. Here's the thing I'll say: it's better than the first 4 Fast and the Furious movies, but it's not better than Fast 5 and Fast and Furious 6. That's what I'm going to say right now. It's a really enjoyable film, and I think you guys should check this out because it has Aaron Paul and there's some race cars and it's pretty cool. So that's my review of Need for Speed, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video, and have a nice day.